All right, welcome race fans once again here to Virtual Racing Network. As you can see here tonight from the background there, we are at Thompson International Speedway, and it should be a great race here tonight. Jeff will be joining us here in just a little bit, as we kind of called him in last minute. So big shout out to Jeff Stabnow for coming in here later on tonight. But this is the Racecore Online Racing League here at Thompson International Speedway. Before we get into all of the racing details here for tonight and into our national anthem, let's go ahead and go over all the sponsors here for tonight. Of course, a big shout out to the race sponsors here for this series. A big shout out to Dan Butler Designs, Leo's Coney Island out of Rochester Hills, Global Building Contractors, and of course your presenting sponsor here for tonight's race and this series, Iracing Drivers World. Make sure you head on over there on Facebook and check them out. Again, that is Iracing Drivers World. If you want to post comments, questions, concerns, whatever it happens to be, you can do so over there again on Iracing Drivers World. And, of course, on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the following partners. Northwest Racing Series, your official one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's race, and we also cover them on Monday and Wednesday night here on Virtual Racing Network. Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. If you have a beard, gentlemen, you need to take care of it. There is no better way to do so than with some beard balm from Walls Beard Co., especially here in the month of No Shave November. So head on over to wallsbeardco.com and pick some up today. Ohio IndyCar League. If you are looking to get into an IndyCar racing league, there is no better place to do so than Ohio IndyCar League. They are no longer just taking Ohio club members. You can get all the latest information at facebook.com/Ohio IndyCar League. So check them out today. SimSpeedShop.com, your one-stop shop for custom-made button boxes and e-brakes for you rallycross racers. And with an ever-expanding list of rallycross tracks coming to the iRacing service, you're going to need to head on over there to SimSpeedShop.com. Check them out and buy one or both of those great products today. Again, that is SimSpeedShop.com. And, of course, last but not least, that is iBog, iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics, your sim race broadcast graphic source. We personally use them here for the new overlays you see tonight, which are still in the works of being made, tweaks made to them. If you're looking to get into broadcasting, you can do so too. Get a hold of Jason Allison at ibog.co. Again, that is ibog.co, and you can get started broadcasting today with some custom-made overlays from iBog. That will do it here for the sponsors. We have about 2 minutes on the clock, so real quick before we go to the national anthem, just let you know a little bit about this track. We, of course, have 4 corners here tonight, 4 turns, 0.53-mile track. So this will be a very interesting race here. As you see, I'm coming off pit road there. It's a very interesting pit road as well. We wanted to highlight that before we go to our scenic cam here real quick. But we just wanted to point that out of how it is. But we're going to step away from the national anthem, and we will be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to jump over to the track here as we are going to get to our main camera. If we can get to it, there we go. And we'll bring up your qualifying and your driver bar here for tonight's race as you're watching the number 7 of Brett Mesry out on the track right now. Again, Mikey Neal, Justin Starr, and I believe it's Charles Hoffman will not be qualifying here tonight. They received EOLs from last week, so they will not be coming out onto the track here tonight. But you can see your top 20 here in qualifying, and that is exactly how many drivers we have here tonight. 20 drivers made the trip here tonight, so of course only 17 of those will be qualifying, or at least have a chance. As your first time coming in here, the fastest anyway, 18.450 from Alex Huffman. Will he take the pole here tonight? Pole is so important here. They want to get to the front of this field, and they want to do it quickly. So that is a good spot. David Gainforth will be on his outside as of right now with the 18.580 in second place in that 101 machine. So we'll see where he stacks up in the end. Dan Butler currently in third with the 18.616 as he's going to bring it to a stop. Francois Peltier, if we'll get it right, a 19.154 as he's back in 6th place. Jameer Muhammad, though, to second with an 18.508. We saw him spin out earlier, so even Jameer spinning out here, as well as Alex has been spinning out here. So has Mikey Neal. This track is going to be very difficult tonight, as these cars really are hard on the brakes, as it looks like he's going to creep along the track here for Butch Frazier. So let's go back here to Justin Spear, currently 9th place with a 19.378. Again, to these drivers that haven't qualified: Josh Coley, Scotty Zerk, Brian Dorsey, Brian Bizzle, Justin Starr. He's giving an EOL here tonight. Butch is out on the track. Brandon Young, Sterling Smith, Brian Jones. This is not the type of track you want to start from the back. In our opinion anyway. That, keep it in mind, they very well could potentially start from the back and try and avoid the wrecks. So that's a strategy. I don't think I would personally use it here, but looks like Butch Frazier is trying to put in the slowest time possible. I believe somebody forgot to tell him that he is on a racetrack right now and not a parking lot, because he is going as slow as he can. But not making fun of him. He's probably doing this on purpose. He may be trying to put in as slow a time as he can to start at the back. However, that's not going to do him much good if about, well, half the field doesn't qualify. Putting in a slow time isn't going to do anything. This is actually probably going to put him in a worse spot, as he's going to be mid-pack here, right about 10th place. So not sure I would particularly go with that strategy here with a minute 43 to go. And it doesn't look like anybody else is going to come out, as he is just barely creeping forward right now. So we'll check back in with him here in a little bit. But so far, nobody else has decided to come back out onto the track. So we'll go ahead and go away to our scenic camera. But there you have it. Right now, Alex Huffman is the fastest time with an 18.450. Right behind him is Jameer Muhammad with an 18.508. And David Gainforth with an 18.580. Dan Butler in 4th with an 18.616. In 5th place will be Jason Covington with an 18.771. Those are your top 5 times here in qualifying. And again, so far, nobody else has put in a time, as it looks like we're going to have Brian Jones coming out onto the track in that number 45 machine. Sponsored by Jalopnik here, so we'll see what kind of times he's going to put in. As he is, again, the only other one to come out onto the track. Again, Mikey Neal not going to be qualifying. Justin Starr, Charles Hoffman cannot qualify. and Butch Frazier putting in the slowest time possible that he can here as he is just creeping to the start-finish line. We'll see what kind of time it's going to be for Brian Jones as he is on his first time lap right here with 22 seconds left to go. This is his only shot. He's got 17 seconds to go. Fifth place, 18.687, 12 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure he's going to make it back. Let's zoom out here just a little bit and see if he can make it back, but I don't think he's going to have time. 4 seconds, 2 seconds on the clock. Their time has expired, and he crosses the line, and it's not going to matter. He runs out of time, so we will go ahead and get rid of that as the gridding is underway here for the Walls Beard Co. starting grid. So we're going to jump down to the track with these drivers and let you know where everybody officially is going to be starting here. As again, a bunch of drivers opted not to start here. Very surprising that they did, but it is their choice. So we'll go ahead and get to the Walls Beard Co. starting grid, as we're going to have to do this very quickly. Starting on row 1 is going to be the 83 of Alex Huffman and the 2 of Jameer Muhammad, two very fast drivers. Row 2 is going to be the 101 of David Gainforth and the 21 of Dan Butler. Row 3 is going to be the 45 of Brian Jones and the 10 of Jason Covington. Row 4 is going to be the 7 of Brett Mesrevy, who actually has raced on this track in real life and has a victory here, so we'll be watching him here tonight, along with the 96 of Craig Covington. Row 5 is going to be the 19 of Francois Peltier and the 77 of Justin Spear. Row 6 is going to be the 555 of Butch Frazier and the 8 of Mikey Neal, one of our drivers receiving an EOL here for tonight. Row 7 is going to be the 33 of Josh Coley and the 9 of Brian Dorsey. Row 8 is going to be the 24 of Brian Bizzle and the 51 of Brandon Young. Row 9 is going to be the 31 of Scotty Zerk and the 63 of Charles Hoffman, another one of our drivers receiving the EOL here for tonight. And row 10, rounding out the field, is the 50 of Sterling Smith and the 99 of Justin Starr, our last driver receiving an EOL here for tonight's race. That will do it for the Walls Beard Co. starting grid. We hope you enjoyed tonight's race. We got a lot of people out there watching tonight. 31 of you out there. Definitely thanks for tuning in here tonight. This should be a good race, as we are going to zoom out here just so you can get a feel for how many cars are here on this track right now. As you can see, this field is getting ready to get the green flag, and it will be out any moment. There it is. Green flag is out. We are racing here at Thompson International Speedway, as it's going to be Alex Huffman getting a nice jump over the field. Let's go back and watch this field as they are really starting to mix it up here. This is the front of your field with about second place through probably about 5th or 6th. They're side by side. No surprise there. The 101 of David Gainforth falling back to 6th place now, as he is trying to work his way through this field, seeing what he can do, as we got the 45 of Brian Jones getting into the mix as well. And just really good racing overall here. Good news is we had a great start. That is what they need to do. We're going to zoom out here so you can get a better feel for this. As no surprise, we got somebody going through the infield. That's going to be Butch Frazier. No caution coming out so far. He is out of harm's way. And the question is, will those lap cars play a factor into tonight's race when they start going lap down? Because there he is going into turn 1, and here come the leaders right behind him, as they have now single filed out here tonight. So this could get very interesting very quick to see if these lap cars do play a factor. And so far, I didn't expect this. I really figured we'd see more people going, not really single file. I figured they'd try to get by faster than they did. but so far not happening, as these guys are definitely hanging it in there and staying single file here tonight. We'll get it out there. So very interesting, very surprising. I didn't expect this. We do have battles going on. This is back here with the 51 battling as well, the 33. So we got Brandon Young, Josh Coley, Brian Bizzle, Mikey Neal, who started in the back of this field, currently up to 14th. Good job for him. Justin Starr in 17th at the moment, fighting his way through this field. And Jameer Muhammad all the way back to 19th now, as he did fall back a little bit. We'll pull that driver bar up real fast. Started second. He is in 20th right now. He has fallen back quite a bit since the start of this race. He has got his work cut out for him. A very fast driver. Surprising to see him this far back. Alex Huffman right there. You see him running down yeah, we'll get back to him. There it is, the 555. He is now officially one lap down. Ran him down, and now everyone's starting to pass him. So this is where you have to be careful, as it looks like the 555 took it all the way to the apron. He's trying to get out of the way the best he can from these guys. So a very good job for him to do so. As we will zoom back up to the front here and see exactly how all of this is playing out. Up at the front here, again, so much going on. We have to try to cover all of this. Dan Butler leading the group here for second place through about sixth place, with Dan Butler himself, Jason Covington, Brian Jones, Brett Mesry, David Gainforth just off of this group. But this group right here is right now second through fifth place. Brett Mesry, as we talked about him a little bit earlier today, he does have actual real-world experience here at this track. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can use that real-world experience to get through this field. As Brian Jones going to take it to the inside of the 10, try to get by the 21. The 21 to Dan Butler shuts the door, though, as he's still trying to get by them. He does get by the 7 a little while ago, and now he's trying the 10 on the outside, and I believe he's going to do it. The 10 or the 21 of Dan Butler has to check up just a little bit to avoid not causing an incident there, because they very well could get into each other as you slide up just a little bit. Getting into the wall on the outside turn 4 is going to be a problem here, so you have to be very careful than you normally would about getting into that outside wall. So something they absolutely have to watch out for here at this track, because it's so small and these corners are so sharp. It doesn't look like it, but they are. You have to be very careful when it comes to getting around this corner. Let's go back here a little ways, as we are on lap 14 of 120. So far, caution-free. We have seen one spin earlier. That was the 555 of Butch Frazier, who went around. We didn't see if he had help there, but I don't see any contact on his car. So I would imagine he probably just got a self-spin there, and that is what brought it around. But look at this group right in front of him, as he's going to spin it again here into the grass. Still no caution. He's out of harm's way. He's going to try to get back on the track now. With them spread out as much as they are, this could potentially bring out our first caution. But so far, not happening, no caution. So let's go to the group in front of him. This is Justin Starr, Jameer Muhammad, and Charles Hoffman back here battling. Two of our guys that started at the back because of those EOLs are still back here on lap 17 of 120. So it looks like the 99 of Justin Starr and the 2 of Jameer Muhammad going to be side by side battling for position number 17. It looks like Jameer Muhammad's going to get it. But back up here to Mikey Neal, who currently is in 9th position. He has worked his way through this field from the back. Again, we'll pull that information up. Started 12th. He's been as high as 9th. That's where he's at right now. He is still trying to gain every position he can, and he's doing a fantastic job of that here right now. So definitely props to him for coming through this field so quickly here. As we got another group going on back here. Scotty Zerk, Justin Spear, Brian Dorsey in here as well. So many good drivers battling back here. Again, so many battles, period, because of the way this track is. It's short, and it makes for some really good racing. As you see the 9 of Brian Dorsey trying to make something happen here with the 31, but just can't get by him at the moment. and you can see just how beat up these cars are on this track. It really is taking a toll on the back bumpers in the front of a lot of these cars, so they definitely are taking a beating. And you can see what's cool about these particular cars here on Iracing. You can see the tire rub as there goes the 31 of Scotty Zerk. He goes around. He definitely had help there. Again, not saying it was intentional, but he does go around. He's going to try to back it up. So we'll get him backing his car up there in the infield. Meanwhile, here comes your leader, Alex Huffman, fixing to get by the 50 here of Sterling Smith, and that will put him a lap down. Justin Starr now 1 lap down. Sterling Smith fixing to go a lap down as well. And you see Scotty Zerk, even though he looks like he's on the racing surface, he's below in that lighter area. That is off the racing surface, so there will not be a caution for that. So, again, if you're below that little dark strip, and below that yellow line, it will not throw a caution for you. So they have to be very self-conscious of that, as we're going to go back up to Alex Huffman again, who's about to put Charles Hoffman a lap down, as well as Justin Spear. So these guys have to fight not only for the position they want between each other, but now they are the risk of going a lap down as well from your leader. As there goes the 55, about to go another lap down. He's currently 3 laps down, and looks like Covington is right on his back bumper. That is not a lap car. That is second position. Can the 10 of Jason Covington use the 63 here as maybe a pick to try to get by? It's not going to happen with the 63, but he is indeed letting the 83 fill the hole, and he's coming in behind him, and the 83 is going to shut that door. And oh, the 10 of Jason Covington almost got a shot to the back bumper from the 63 of Charles Hoffman, but he does steer clear of him. No contact made, but it was very close indeed. That could have spelled disaster for the 10 of Jason Covington as he was trying to get by now the lap car of Charles Hoffman. So disaster avoided there here for the 10 of Jason Covington. Back to the front, though, the 83 still running down the 77 of Justin Spear. And a lot of guys going a lap down here so far. Mikey Neal's still up to 8th. He's kind of hit a dead zone there. Just hasn't quite been able to move forward after that. But Dan Butler sitting in 5th place right now. And we've seen some drivers that we don't always see up at the front here in the front of this race. So this is really awesome to see, as you got Brett Messervy up there. Again, we talked about him early in this race. He started 7th. He's been up to 4th, which is exactly where he's at right now. He actually drives this track in real life and has won here. So a proven winner not only in Racecore, but also in the real world counterpartner of this track. So he's someone you definitely have to watch out for as a threat to win here for sure. As we will go down to him and take a look at his ride here, as he is currently sitting in 4th place. Dan Butler in 5th. And why not? Let's go to Brett Messervy here. Let's go on board with him real fast for a lap and just see what it is like as he is coming to the back stretch right there. Sorry, the front stretch. There he is, 1 lap around this track. This is with Brett Messervy as we are on board with him, currently sitting in 4th place. Again, someone who has real-life experience at this track. So it'll be very interesting to see how he gets around here. And you see he gets right to the back bumper, the 63, who is a lap down, trying to get by him so he can get to these leaders. And right there you can hear him letting off the gas as he will go around the corner here, going to the back stretch. Again, it seems like they're moving very slow, but they're actually running 19-second laps right now. As he is inside, you can hear the tires scuffing, and right there will be 1 lap around this track with the 7 of Brett Messervy as he is fighting his way to the front. Now he will clear the 63 of Charles Hoffman, who is currently, again, 1 lap down. The next guy potentially going a lap down is the 9 of Brian Dorsey. Currently is on the lead lap, started 14th. He's worked his way as high as 10th, and now he's back to where he started, and he's been as low as 16th spot here tonight. But he is just on the verge of going a lap down here. Currently sitting in 14th, and there is your leader right there. And the car that surprises me the most here tonight, and anyone that's watched this league, you're probably surprised by this as well. That, of course, is Jamir Muhammad, who is just one spot ahead of Brian Dorsey. He is on the verge of possibly going a lap down as well, so that is not good for him, as he definitely is fighting to stay on the lead lap right now. And this is unheard of here for the two of Jamir Muhammad, as we do not see him usually fighting to stay on the lead lap. We're 37 laps right in right now. And again, it looks like we're having that little bit of a blur issue again, and apparently someone dissatisfied with the price of admission here. So we hopefully they got the refund they needed before their exits. But Alex Huffman is your race leader here. We're going to zoom out once again so you can get a better feel for this. Josh Coley sitting in 8th place. Mikey Neal has just passed one more car, but there it's going to be David Gainford getting back by him. Mikey Neal not only trying to get back from the very back, started 14th. He's worked his way up to 6th. He's trying to stay on the lead lap on top of all this. 40 laps in, caution-free so far here tonight. So what will happen here is you got Mikey Neal trying to get by the 21 of Dan Butler. Meanwhile, the 101 of David Gainforth trying to get by him as well. So a lot of positions starting to be changed here in your top 5, top 6, as they're all trying to get as high as they can to avoid going a lap down. Meanwhile, they have lap cars in front of them. Right now, Mikey Neal up to 5th place, and now he's trying to get by the 63 of Charles Hoffman, who is currently 1 lap down. He does get by him. Now he's going to get by the 77 of Justin Spear, who is also a lap down here. So he's doing his best to get around all of these cars. So far, we are caution-free. Less than 100 laps to go here in the race, and it has already been a great race, to say the least, as there is your race leader and 2nd place. We're going to hang up here for a minute and watch 1st and 2nd. Alex Huffman has the lead, but does Jason Covington have something for him here tonight? Now, that 10 machine has been very quick here so far, and he very well may have something for him. We'll see if he's going to try to get to the inside of him here and maybe make a pass for the lead. Alex Huffman gets the run off the corner, though, and Covington unable to make the pass stick. So what a huge battle here for the 83 and the 10, 1st and 2nd. Right now, we currently only have 13 cars out of the 20 on track on the lead lap. Jamir Muhammad, the next one to go a lap down. And we looks like we're having that a little bit of stutter and the issue back with the pixelation. I thought we had that sorted out, but it doesn't look like we do. We may have to go back and set some more settings up. So we do apologize for that. Hopefully we can get it all sorted out before it's all said and done. But again, we are trying to address that here with the new graphics card. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. As you're watching your leader, if you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified of all upcoming events. And of course, make sure you hit that thumbs up if you like the race. It's been a good one so far. Caution free here at Thompson International Speedway, which is not what a lot of people thought. A lot of people thought they'd have a few cautions here, but so far, no cautions here, as we got a huge group back here. Again, these are lap cars, lead lap cars. They're all mixed in here together. Justin Spear, 1 lap down. Dan Butler on the lead lap. Josh Coley currently on the lead lap. The 101 of David Gainforth, he's on the lead lap. So you've got the 77 right in front of all your lead lap cars right now. Very surprising that they haven't got by him yet. But again, you don't want to press it too hard here at a track like this. But on the flip side, you don't want to hang around and just sit there either. If you do, that will easily cause you to potentially go a lap down yourself. So you don't want to be too laid back, but you don't want to be too aggressive either. This is a very, very finicky track. Especially with these cars, they can roll over pretty easy. They can hit the wall very easy. Anything can happen. They're just very finicky cars to be running on this track, as we are currently 52 laps in, and I believe once we hit the 60 laps, we will be halfway. So we are just about halfway through with this race, caution free so far. Oh, what a race for these guys so far. I can almost assure you they're probably wishing that caution would come out just a little bit so they could take a break here and go under pace speed and get some fresh tires. We did hear earlier they can go about 77 laps on fuel. So the question is, will they come in here around lap 77 or so? As we got somebody spinning there. And no, Dan, that's going to be, it is Dan Butler, who was up at the front. He spins it around. Meanwhile, Justin Starr was on pit road, as there is the caution out here for the 21 of Dan Butler. Let's go back and take a look. We were wondering if we were going to have a chance to see what happened here to the 21 of Dan Butler. We'll pull that up here again. As high as second place. It looks like he got a shot maybe from the 63. Let's go back and take one more look at that and see what indeed happened. The 63 of Charles Hoffman behind him was a lap down, and we'll see. They go into the corner, and we'll find out exactly what happened. The 63 gets a run maybe. We'll just be waiting to see what happened indeed. But either way, the 21 did go around. As you'll see, no, he didn't get to him, not even really close, as he will just go around there as we go back to live. That is the first caution here of the night. We'll go back to our leaders, who everybody coming down pit road basically, except for Brian Bizzle. He stayed out 56 laps on these tires. We'll bring those race stats up here for you, and there comes everybody to pit road once again. We are live. Make sure. Yes, we are. So average lap speed 19 or average lap anyway 19.456. However, the fastest lap 18.504 by Jason Covington, not by who was your leader now, not at the moment. So very surprising. One caution, 3 laps, 1 lead change here for tonight, and that was just a while ago when Jason Covington took the lead from Alex Huffman here on caution number 1. All right, while we're under caution, we are going to take a quick break here on the mic. We will be right back when those lights go out to go racing next time by. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about set to go racing one more time. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified of all upcoming events. And definitely hit that thumbs up button if you like the racing, as it's been good. Halfway this time by when they cross the line, green flag is back in the air. We are racing, and right there at the line, lap 61 of 120, we are officially at the halfway point. We have completed 60 of the 120 laps here tonight, and this time it's Jason Covington leading several laps here. He led a few, and now he's led 11 under caution and here now. So Jason Covington getting the lead, and now we have to go back and watch and see how this all plays out. Brett Mesrevy currently in third place after pit stops, cycled themselves out. Question is, can Alex Huffman run down the leader once again? Here comes Brian Jones to the inside, and he's not going to have it as he gets a little bump there into the 7. We expected them to use that little bumper just a little bit here. Again, you don't want to hit someone too hard to spin them, but this is a type of track where you almost have to use that bumper just a little bit, just to nudge him out of the way and keep on going. Check in with Mikey Neal. He's sitting in 5th place right now. Again, we look there, started in 12th place. He is all the way up to 4th. He's trying to make it official anyway. Is right there. It looks like he will have 4th, as he will officially get by. Josh Coley now trying to make something happen in a huge wreck here. Let's go to confine this. And if we can get to it, Alex Huffman involved in this one. Let's go back and take a look as caution is out. And this was a wreck between our top two, first and second. What happened? This was not a pretty wreck for these guys, as both of them end up into the outside wall. I'm pretty sure the 10 was involved in it. Right there, bam, into turn 1. Both of them riding the wall and upside down and rolling. That is not good. Good news for the 10 as he's on his wheels. Let's go back again and take a look at that here, as we are going to go from the blimp camera to see if we can get a better view of this as to what exactly happened between the 10 of Jason Covington and the 83 of Alex Huffman. And right there, looks like maybe the 83 just didn't have the grip he needed. Slides up a little bit, and both of them go for a roll. The 10 landing back on his wheels, and he will be able to roll under his own power. However, the 83 of Alex Huffman will not, as he is going to be sitting on pit road. Brian Jones, your new race leader here on lap 67 of 120. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. All right, we are back. Lights are still on the pace car. Again, we looking at that again, or maybe we will if we get a chance to. Yeah, I can't tell. It's hard to say there who was at fault. We try not to fault, just recovering it. But yeah, that very well could have been maybe the 10 slid down, the 83 slid up. What we do know for a fact is our front two get together. That gives the lead to Brian Jones, and look who's sitting on the outside, or the inside now, as the 45 opts to take the outside. That is the 8 of Mikey Neal, who we talked about early, came from 12th place all the way to second place now, and we're getting ready as the green flag is set to come back out on lap 71. Green flag in the air. We are racing here once again at Thompson International Speedway, and it is Brian Jones sitting in the lead here. He's used to running this, as he used to run a short track league, so he's used to running these little tiny tracks over and over again, so he definitely has a little bit of an advantage. So we'll see, but Mikey Neal right behind him trying to run him down. Let's go back here a little bit. I want to point these guys out that while these guys may be laps down, or at least a lap down for some of them, they are not giving up right now. Right now, Scotty Zerk 3 laps down, trying to get by the 77 so he can get to the front and get at least one of his laps back. Let's go back to the front. That's where the battles are starting to heat up here on lap 73. As it looks like Mikey Neal's going to try to make a pass on the inside. The question is, can he make it stick? And we'll have to wait and see. And not so much this lap, so we'll keep waiting to see if he can do something here. But he just can't quite get by him at the moment. He is definitely trying to make something here. He's right sitting in second place. Let's see if he can make that pass here shortly. We'll see what is going to be, as the caution is out once again. And not sure who it is for this time, as we have several drivers slowing down as everyone's on the track. So let's go back and take a look here somewhere around Josh Coley, who was up here at the front. Oh, Mikey Neal involved, as he gets it going pretty quick, so we didn't see what happened. Let's go back and take a look to Mikey Neal here and see what happened. As I'm not sure if he just got into the wall or if he had help here, as we went back a little bit more to see what happened. The 33 getting involved, we saw that. We saw he was off the pace, and then we just saw the 8 involved in this as well, Mikey Neal. So let's see what happened. Oh, just both, the 45 and the 8 overdrive it, then collects the 33, the 7 as well. Everyone else by that point has time to check up, as several drivers being involved in the caution here, as that will bring it out here once again for the third caution of the night. As we have 12 laps under caution. We've still had a lot of green flag racing. The first 59 laps of this race were caution free. So we're going to step away here real fast, and we will be right back when those lights go off to go racing one more time. I don't expect anyone to come in. They only need to make one pit stop, and they've done that. So we'll be right back on the mics here in just a few moments. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Brett Meservy, you know, the one we talked about that's got that real-life race experience here at Thompson International Speedway. He is your race leader with David Gainforth in the 101 to his inside, and David Gainforth going to lag back here a little bit, maybe try to get a run. Not so much if he was trying. He did not successfully get a run, as he's going to lose a spot to the 19 of Francois Peltier. So Francois Peltier will take second place from David Gainforth right off the start. So that is not what he wanted. Again, definitely wasn't saying he was trying to get a run there. Maybe just being able to hold back and see when he got started a little bit better, as it's really hard to see as the caution comes out once again. And it is going to be Charles Hoffman. It looks like maybe involved, but we know the 9 of Brian Dorsey was involved, so let's go back and take a look. What happened here to the 9 of Brian Dorsey? As you'll see here in a second, maybe the 63 involved. Oh, the 50 gets a shot to the 63, and the 31 to the 9. So 4 cars totally involved here. Let's go back and take another look at that. Watch for the 63 who's at the back of your screen right now. He was having to severely check up here, as we'll go back to him. He's having to check up not to get into the back of the 9 here in just a second, and then the 50 tags him, as you'll see right there. He's having to check up, and the 50 gets him, then the 31 tags the 9, spinning him around. So 2 independent incidents here. The 63 gets spun around by the 50, while the 63 of Charles Hoffman trying to stay out of the 9. And then the 31 actually spins the 9, we'll get that right. The Charles Hoffman in the 63 trying to avoid hitting the 31. Then the 31 actually spins around the 9 of Brian Dorsey. So 2 very independent wrecks going on all at the same time on the track. So a lot of stuff happening here all at one time. But the caution does come out, and I'm not sure who they're going to credit that with. But at the end of the day, there were actually 2 independent cautions. They may have kind of fed off of each other just a little bit, as you had the 63 trying not to run over the 31, which caused the 50 to get into him. But after that, then the 31 of Scotty Zerk gets into the 9. So we're going to kind of say that those were 2 independent cautions. The 63 was already going around. The caution was getting ready to come out if it was not already out. And then the 31 gets into the 9. So we're calling it 2 independent cautions. We'll see how the EOLs work here, if they're going to refer to it as 2 cautions or 1 caution started by the 63 or the 50, depending on how you look at it. The 50 definitely got into the 63. However, the 63 was, having to check up there. So the 63 did nothing wrong. The 50 really didn't either. Both of them just trying to not run over each other, and in the end, it didn't work out. So that brought out the caution, and then the 31 and 9 get together. But the lights are off here on the pace cars. We're getting ready to go racing one more time. We'll see, as we're on lap 86 of 120, running 18-second laps. So we're running roughly about just under 4 laps a minute. So a little over a minute for every 4 laps, as the green flag is back out, and I see a lot of smoke, and that is not good, as there's a huge pile up here. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened there. So we didn't even get a chance to bring that out. Back to the replay camera we go, as it is a huge pile up here. And there you see, we're going all the way back to the pace lap here, as this all happened right back in here. They're going green this time by, and then we're about to see exactly what happened, as that was probably the biggest wreck we've seen thus far. And I am guessing it's just kind of where this started. We're going to have to dissect this just here a little bit, as they were all over the place on this restart. As there it is, pace car is in, the green flag came out there, and something went wrong here in turn 1. As you see right there, oh, the 45, the 2 get together, the 51, the 21 get involved, the 63, the 555 involved. So a ton of drivers involved in this. To go over who all was involved and who was not involved, we got, I believe, Brandon Young involved in this, Butch Frazier, Charles Hoffman involved in this. A ton of cars involved in that wreck. As again, that is the biggest wreck we have seen here tonight so far. And I don't expect it to be the last one we see, as cautions do seem to breed cautions here. We are now at our 5th caution, all within the second half of this race. 23 laps under caution. Again, those have been in the second half, as the first basically 60 laps of this race were caution free, and then from then it has spiraled into a caution after caution. But again, we already know that in racing, cautions breed caution, so definitely not what they expected to happen. As far as the first half, some of the drivers expected us to see quite a few cautions. We said there probably wouldn't be too many, and we were looking to be right there for the first half of this race. And then from there on, it's like they flipped a switch and said it's go time, and it has turned into quite a few cautions here. We're on lap 91 though of 120, as we have 30 laps left to go here in the race. Lights are still on the pace cars. The 51 here, Brandon Young, looking to get the wave around so he can get back on to the lead lap, or at least get one of them back. And he is indeed one lap down. He's actually the tail end of the lead lap now, so he will get his lap back this time. So when those lights go off, we're going to step away here for just a minute. When those lights go off and we get on the backstretch, we will be right back on the mic. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here as we are on lap 93 on our 5th caution of the night. We'll see. That one was a very quick caution coming out on the restart of the race. We didn't even get a chance to put the overlays back up, but we're getting ready to do so once again. There it is, green flag back in the air. We are racing one more time, and we'll see, will they go green here this time, as we got some beating and banging. The 77 goes around Justin Spear. Well, let's go back and take a look. What happened here to the 77 of Justin Spears? He goes around. Did he have help, or was it all on his own? Based on the smoke, I would imagine he probably had some help. Let's just wait and see, and we'll find out exactly what happened to him. As right there, he has help from the 33 of Josh Coley. Coley got a run, and then Mikey Neal into his front, just bumper to bumper there on the front of the car. So he's getting even more damage after the caution is out, and that will put us under caution here for the 6th time, I believe it is. 6th caution for 28 laps. So again, nobody's going to be pitting, so we'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Someone had to stand. Don't try to fight, nothing you you can do, then I'm gonna run all over you. It's too late to try, there's nothing you can do. I'm gonna run all over you. I'm looking for new blood, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Yeah, I'm looking for new blood, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna stop me. Looking for new blood.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, on that 99 of 120. When we cross the line, there will be 21 laps to go here in this race. Will we finish it under green? Will it end under caution? We'll know shortly. Green flag is back in the air. We are racing once again here at Thompson International Speedway. It's been a great race so far. We have seen some good green flag racing, and we've seen some cautions. How will this race end? Right back here, they're really starting to mix it together. I'm not sure we're out of the woods as far as cautions go, but right there, 20 laps to go. Brett Mesvey leading this race as it is now into the closing laps. Caution is out once again, and it is going to be the 2 involved, the 33 involved, the 99 involved. Let's go back and take a look. What happened here between Justin Starr, Jamir Muhammad? The 96 scrapes the wall, but I don't think that played a part in it, at least not directly. We'll see. Maybe it did. And, well, I will see here. It involved the 2. He's the highest up. The 76 scrapes the wall, hits the 2. Jamir Muhammad spins him around. And right there, the 77, the 83 getting a piece of it. Justin Starr trying to avoid it. The 555 of Butch Frazier getting involved as well. Josh Coley also just trying to avoid it. So it all starts back in the back with Jamir Muhammad getting, I didn't say run over, but he got hit there as he was trying to avoid it. A car coming off of the wall, and that will bring out the caution once again here with 18 laps to go. We're getting all of our sponsor commercial breaks in here towards the end of this race, so we'll be back again here after a quick commercial break. All right, folks, we are back here once again, and you know, for the last time, well, the first time and last time here tonight, we only advertise it once a night, as of course we don't want to just flood it out there to you. But we want to, as always, thank everybody for tuning in here tonight for the race. Hopefully, if you haven't subscribed, you will do so and hit that bell to be notified of all upcoming events, as well as hitting that thumbs up. That lets us know, the drivers know, the other fans know you like the race. And as always, if you want to be a little bit more part of the channel here and help keep VRN going, we do have a link that just popped up in there a little while ago for donations. All donations at this point are going for the new overlays. You see, they're not done yet. We have a lot more to go that we just haven't been able to show off yet. Those are being worked on right now by, of course, iBog, the official graphic sponsor here of VRN. So, again, all donations going to that. It's an optional thing. We don't make anyone. We just appreciate you're here. But if you want to help out, be a little bit more part of the channel, that is an option as we are going racing. This time by green flag back in the air. 14 laps to go here in the race, as it is Brett Mesry that is out front. Francois Peltier sitting in second place, and I believe it was only his second or third race. He is out front, or kind of out front in second place. David Gainforth in the 101 on his outside, trying to make it happen here. Can he get by him for second place? So far, not being able to make it stick. He's right there, just not there. He may give him a little bit of a nudge, and he's going to push him out of the way. We talked about using that bumper just a little bit, and that is definitely a move that sometimes you have to use, and he used it very well. He just barely gave him a nudge and got him out of the way. Somebody obviously gave him more than a nudge to his back bumper earlier, as he's got heavy damage, but that is just a bump and run. There's nothing wrong with that. That is part of racing. You know, if you know you're faster, and clearly he is, by the fact that he has pulled away by about 2-3 car lengths already, if not more. He is clearly on a run. Brett Mesry currently out to a 1.3 second lead. We'll see if he can get up there and make something happen. Meanwhile, third place still up for grabs with 10 laps to go. It is currently belonging to Francois Peltier, but can Brian Bizzle take the spot from him? Will he use the bumper to get by him? That is the question. Or will he be content with fourth? I don't think he's going to be content. I wouldn't be if I was him. So we'll definitely be waiting to see if indeed he does get by him here. And we know where first is right now. He's actually 1.4 seconds ahead right now. So first and second, for the most part, are pretty safe. They're going to finish where they are. That's why we're back here watching third. However, first place has lost 2/10 so far. With 8 laps to go, we will be checking back in there to see if maybe David Gainforth can get by. Going to the inside is the 24 of Brian Bizzle. Will he be able to complete the pass on the 19? He's to the inside of him, side by side. They almost bumped together. Coming around turn 4, they're 3 wide, and it's going to be Peltier that takes third place. Now the 24 of Brian Jones gets into the mix, and there goes one more caution, and we will go racing as Brian Bizzle goes around. Let's go back and take a look. What happened to the 24? I'm not sure. Maybe the 45 of Brian Jones had a hand in this. Let's go to the blimp camera and see if we can indeed see. There was a little bit of contact possibly there. The 45 Brian Jones takes it to the inside. They're 2 wide going into the corner, and right there the 45 has a run, gets to the back bumper of the 24 Brian Bizzle, and spins him around the 33, getting involved in this as well. And a few drivers may be hitting their incident limit here tonight, as we have a few more drivers out of the race now. Sterling Smith, this is not over yet, folks, as we currently have 5 laps to go. That caution came out with 7 to go, which indicates we will go racing. The point of no return has not been met yet. So if you're ready for probably a 2-lap shootout, you're about to get ready for one. So we're going to go silent here for a minute, and we will be right back when those lights go off, and we'll be ready for a quick shootout. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and let's zoom out here. I say we're going racing again. I think we should be. Those lights would have to go out this next time by. And we should, if they don't, we're not going racing, but I believe they should go out as we would have a one-lap shootout. And we'll be watching that pace car closely here as it comes around the corner to the front stretch. There it is. Lights are off as it is 2 laps to go. We are going to have a one-lap shootout, folks. That, of course, means one thing, that we will get the green and the white at the same time. So it's going to be a green-white checker here. So the white flag coming out the same time the green flag does, and then we will battle to the end. So no caution will end this race. It cannot physically happen. The question is, will we have a really close finish, or will we have a pile of sheet metal at the line? Green flag is out. We are racing once again. Brett Mesri gets a huge jump, and that is the best case scenario for him. White flag is in the air. We're going to keep a very close eye on the rest of this field, and we may end this very well. Here comes David Gainforth to the inside. Can't do it. It's going to be Brett Mesri that gets the win here tonight. We're going to go back. It's Francois Peltier that gets the third. David Gainforth to a third, and no wreck. We had a solid finish to the end. We didn't see the pile up. That is just awesome. But Brett Mesri getting the win here tonight. Again, we talked about him working his way through this field. He was someone that had real life experience at this track, and it seems to have paid off here for him tonight as he is sitting in a victory lane. Well, kind of. Victory lane's kind of hidden there, but he is your race winner here tonight, so he'll get ready for his photo finish here as they're going to line up for their photo for social media. And we're going to go ahead and get through your unofficial race results, and then we will move on to the post-race show. What a race it was indeed. Coming away with the win here tonight, as we'll go ahead and pull that up. But unofficially, your race winner here tonight is going to be the 7 of Brett Mesri. Second place is going to be the 101 of David Gainforth. Third place, the 19 of Francois Peltier. Fourth place will be the 96 of Craig Covington. And fifth place will go to the 45 of Brian Jones. Sixth place, will go to Brandon Young. Seventh place, Dan Butler. Eighth place, Jameer Muhammad. Ninth place, Brian Bizzle. 10th place, Justin Starr. 11th place, Josh Coley. 12th place, Butch Frazier. 13th, Sterling Smith. 14th, Charles Hoffman. And 15th will go to Alex Huffman. 16th will go to Jason Covington. 17th will go to Justin Spear. 18th will go to Mikey Neal. 19th will go, to Scotty Zirkin. 20th will go to Brian Dorsey. That will do it here for your unofficial race results, as we'll go ahead and put your results ticker up so you can see exactly where everyone finished, and we'll be right back here with your post-race show. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here with your top 3 drivers for the post-race show. And we have third place, of course, the 19 of Francois Peltier, finishing in third, started 9th, fell back all the way to 12th, had a high of second place here tonight, and in the end, third place is where it all finished in. So give us a rundown here of what this race was like. One of the short tracks here. We started out this race caution-free for the first 60 laps, and then it kind of spiraled downhill from there.
Yeah, tonight I did not expect to be anywhere in the top 10. I was practicing steadily at the top 15, and I thought, just a survival mode, but the way things shook out and the way it was, ended up being in the top 5 pretty quick, and I stayed up front for most of the night. It was enjoyable. I do want to apologize to number 45 on that restart. For some reason, the 101 Dave on the restarts, he kind of holds back, and I'm trying to time it right, and I couldn't find that rhythm. So I do apologize to the 45. I think it was me that pinched him a little bit into the wall.
Well, definitely, it was short track racing at its finest here. You had some really good racing, a few cautions, and overall, it's just typical short track racing. There's nothing, to say too bad about it. It was just racing. That is what it is. Hopefully, not too many tempers got flared with the bent fenders, but it is part of it. That being said, here for that third place finish, do you have any sponsors on the car? Or anyone you just want to give a shout out to that's out there watching?
I'd like to thank Gold Cube once again and all the sponsors of the series, and just glad to be here and enjoying myself as much as possible. Thanks again.
All right, that will bring us to second place here for tonight's race, and that, of course, is the 101 of David Gainforth. Again, started in third, finished second, but you fell back during the race all the way to ninth, as it was kind of an up-and-down night for everybody here tonight. But in the end, you finished one spot above where you started. So that is definitely a positive to anybody's race. Same thing, give us a rundown. What was this race like with all the beating and banging going on out there?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy out there tonight. I got lucky. I just missed up a couple of those big wrecks in front of me. That moved me up. I did fall back right there at the start. Just taking my time. No quick repairs on a short track here. I didn't want to wreck the thing on the first 10 laps or something. And then it seemed like every restart, I'd be on the inside, and you can't go. Like 19 was saying I was holding back, but I get up beside the 7, and then I'd get that warning, don't pass the leader. So I'm trying to stay as close to him as I can and not get black flagged, and and hold the guy off in third because he was coming fast on every restart out there.
Well, definitely we were watching this whole race here, and it was crazy. We heard earlier from a couple of drivers that it was going to be crazy. There were going to be cautions everywhere. The last half kind of seemed their prediction. The first half was our prediction. I said I think we'll have maybe 2 cautions, if any at all. The first half of this race did that. We went 59, basically 60 laps caution-free. So just to get your thoughts on that, when you come to a short track like this, I'm not sure how many you've raced on here on iRacing, but did you expect to go 60 laps the first half of this race caution-free?
I'll be honest, no. I've raced a lot of these short tracks. I've been doing this game a long time, and you just expect the worst. And it kind of bit me at the start because I did fall back thinking there were going to be more cautions, and I ended up getting myself in actually a little bit of a hole because I did, didn't pace myself properly, thinking there wasn't going to be any cautions. So if we went to green flag pit stops, I probably wouldn't be sitting where I am right now if the race would have stayed green the whole time.
Well, definitely it was a great race. A lot of things we didn't expect, like it going caution-free for the first half. The second half kind of filled with a few cautions, but that, again, can be part of racing. So that being said, of course, do you have any sponsors on the car or just anyone out there watching you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, I don't have any sponsors on my car. I just picked this paint job off of Trading Paints. I thought it looked cool, and I'd never seen anybody else run it, so I thought I'd pick the Kodiak car. But I want to thank you guys up in the booth. You guys do a great job every week, Charles, and you guys do a great job. And Global Building Contractors, Dan Butler Designs, and iRacing Drivers World. And congratulations to Brett. He drove a good race. He timed those restarts, and there wasn't 2 of them the same, so you can never figure out what he was doing, but that's his job. So he did a good job on that one.
It did indeed. Again, congrats on second place. And, of course, that moves us on to the race winner here for tonight. Started 7th, went all the way up to first here tonight, and we talked about you throughout the night. At least one of the drivers here that had real life experience at this track. So first off, congrats on the win. Second of all, do you think that real life experience helped you here tonight?
Oh, absolutely. This track is very accurate compared to real life, and the braking points and where you get back on the gas are all the same and stuff. So yeah, I think it helped me pretty well.
Well, definitely. We're looking here. It looks like you led 45 laps, so you came up 4 laps short of getting the most laps led. But overall, you basically kind of split it between you and Huffman. And what was that like? I don't know. I don't remember how close you were to that, but we'll get into 2 questions here. One, how close were you to that wreck between the 10 and the 83? When they were racing first and second, and 2, as we know, Alex Huffman had a really fast car here. If that wreck had not happened, do you think it would have been a really close battle between you two at the end?
Yeah, absolutely. He's really a great driver, and he works his butt off, so I really think that it would have been a close race. And I actually ended up getting caught in that wreck, and I had a little bit of front end damage, and actually managed to make it do. So luckily, this track doesn't worry too much about aero. So
yeah, I was thinking you were somewhere around it, but I couldn't remember how close or if you got involved in it in any way. But again, awesome run. It's good to see you get the real world win. Then you come to its, of course, iRacing counterpart here and get the win here too. So kind of awesome to see that they kind of relate to each other and you can win on both of them. That being said, I'm sure you got some sponsors, whether they're on this car or the real car, and any shout-outs you want to give for that victory here tonight.
Yeah, I just want to thank 137 Gas, J-Star Graphics for helping us out, On Cape Landscaping as well. Yeah, they all put in a lot of effort and make sure that I get the time that I need on the track, so it worked out pretty good. Indeed worked out great here for you as you put it in victory lane. So before we sign off here for the night, though, we want to thank all of the sponsors here for tonight's race as well, as there are quite a few good ones. Of course, on the racing side of things, a big shout out to Dan Butler Designs, Leo's Coney Island, Global Building Contractors, and the presenting sponsor here for tonight's race, of course, iRacing Drivers World. And on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here for 2018 if it wasn't for the following partners: Northwest Racing Series, Walls Beard Co., Ohio IndyCar League, Sim Speed Shop, and of course iBog. Make sure you check out all of these partners on their social media sites, websites. Give them a shout out and thank them for what they do to support Racecore and VRN. As always, we'll see you at the next race tomorrow night, which is Monday night, so we'll be here with the Northwest Xfinity.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the authorized written consent of Virtual Racing Network. VRN would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.